I think that'll be all. You can use my card right here for all these books. This card right here. This card, this card, this card right here. What's the subtotal? That should be fine. Thank you. Hey. Oh. Hey. What? No, I have no idea who you are. Not a clue. Not a clue, not a clue, not a clue. You can just keep walking though. I don't care who you are. You know. Go. Actually, I'll go. You know what? I got all the books I need. I'm going. What? You got a notification on your phone? Yeah, I mean, I have a phone too. I get notifications all the time. What? You all know what books I have? Why do you want to know that? Because the notification on your phone says that you just checked out the exact same books? No. No, 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 no. That's crazy. You're crazy. You're goofy. You know what? That's so funny. I didn't know you have the same taste in books as I do. What? Well, you see, for one, I have excellent taste. So, we got all these books right here. You know what? Don't. No. You want to see the card I have? Why? Because you lost your card about a week ago, and ever since then, someone keeps buying a bunch of books. With said card? No, that does not sound right. But you know what? I'll give you a walkthrough of all of these books I've got. Here. Some a little more in depth than others, because some of these I haven't read yet. Why would I want books that I've already read? I don't know. Why not? Some of them I just know about. I mean, come on, let's be real. Are you a fan of Bleach, the manga, the anime? Well, there's a 3-part novel series called Can't Fear Your Own World. I've been reading this one when I come around and stop by, but I'm on chapter 3. The chapters are kind of long, so I'm about halfway through the book, and it's pretty good so far. So I thought, why not just go ahead and take it with me? I think that makes sense. Yep, it's a sequel. Technically, it takes place after the final arc. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. What, you still want to know about? No. Why don't we just go on to the next book? This is Spanish Phrases for Beginners. I don't know Spanish very well. Despite studying it for about a year, I'm still not good at it. Look at this. It has a bunch of, just as you would expect, Spanish phrases in it. It is a foolproof guide to everyday terms every traveler needs to know. Are you a traveler? You should be. You would need to know all these things. You can't have this one. This one's mine that I paid for with my card. Did you know summer in Spanish is verano? 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 Subway station is estación de metro. I need to go to the subway station to get away from you because you will not leave me alone. Isn't that crazy? Or maybe I could call a taxi. Can you figure out what a toxie is? Yeah, this is Dora. Tell me what toxie is. That's right, taxi. You know, a cartera is a wallet, and a chaquita is a jacket. So, what do you think about that? Maybe some of us shouldn't leave our wallets and our jackets just unattended, huh? That's crazy. I know, right? But that's nothing specific, you know. Let's see here. Maybe you need some los lentes, which is eyeglasses, because clearly you're seeing things wrong. The books I have are not the same as the books you have, I promise. Or you may not have, but are in your app. Mike, let's look at this one. I haven't read this one yet, but I've heard good things. Her Radiant Curse. This one is by Elizabeth Lim, or Lim. Its descriptor is Chani was not born a monster, but when her own father offers her in sacrifice to the demon witch, she is forever changed. Let me read this. I will prove it's not the same as the one you have, or your app says you have. Chani, cursed with a serpent's face, Chani is the exact opposite of her beautiful sister Vanna. The only person in the village who looks at Chani and doesn't see a monster. The only person she loves and trusts, like you should be trusting me, that this is all just a coincidence. Now 17, blah, 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 blah. Interweaving elements of Helen of Troy with Asian folklore, Elizabeth Lim is at the absolute top of her game in this thrilling and heart-wrenching fantasy that explores the dark side of beauty and the deepest bonds of sisterhood. We're not sisters. I'm not a woman, but we could have that bond. If you would just trust me. You hear that train back there? I need to get on that. So, that is a loud-ass train, isn't it? Jesus. One sister must fall for the other to rise. That could be us. You fell, I'm rising. Why would I say that if I didn't take your card? I don't know. I just thought it was cute sounding. And look, what does your app say about this book? It just says it's called Her Radiant Curse. Well, this one is a signed copy. Yours doesn't say that, does it? Look at that. Signed. Get wrecked. Case in point. You want to see the rest? Well, if you would like to be cultured, sure. This one is the Kamogawa Food Detectives. I'm going to be honest, I don't know anything about this other than there's a cute cat in what looks like a ramen bowl, and the synopsis sounded really cute. Oh, ignore that receipt. Don't read it. I'll eat it. You get down to Ben, you go to pick that up, I'm eating that receipt before you can even look at it. Don't do it. Stand up. Up, up, up. That's right. Damn, this book was expensive. I didn't look at the price. This book was $25. Inflation's a bitch, ain't it? Down a quiet back street in Kyoto exists a very special restaurant run by Koichi Kamogawa and her father, Nagare. The Kamogawa diner serves up deliciously extravagant meals, but that's not the main reason customers stop by. The father-daughter duo are food detectives. Through ingenious investigations, they are able to recreate dishes from a person's treasured memories, just like you treasured that card in your memories, and that's why you can't let it go. I'll be honest, I don't know what this has to do with cats, but the author is Hisashi Kashiwai. And it's cute. Maybe they have a cat in it, but it looks like the story's probably about them trying to figure out a lost recipe or something. Now here's a real tearjerker for you. Stay true. I'm I'm 45 pages in, and I've cried several times just from the descriptors that this person, Huasu, uses. It's about his years growing up in America. I believe. Yeah, he's a Japanese American. His family's been in the United States for generations. And it's about him becoming friends with another Asian American. I don't believe he was Japanese American. And then his friend, Ken, was murdered one day, years later. And this is a memoir about him. I started reading this book after one of my friends died years ago, and then a lot of stuff happened, and I paused. So I was planning to get back to it. Look, it even has pictures from back then. For someone like me, who was born in the 90s, seeing something like this makes me feel like this was like the 70s or 80s, but no, this was like the late 90s as well. Ain't that kind of wild, getting to that time of age where these old memoirs with these old pictures make you think things were so much later than they were. Did you know? Shh. Nope. This is not a memoir for your card that may or may not have been stolen. I don't know why you're saying that. Did you know that the reason they make pictures of MLK's movement in school textbooks is so people think they were much further back than they were? There you go. What does that have to do with anything? Do you like manga? I've got a manga here. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, Stardust Crusaders. The Jojolian, the hardback. Look how pretty it is. I think it's even got some colored pages somewhere in here. Ooh, look at that. So pretty. Don't you love the smell of a manga? Love the smell of books in general. And they got that weird red artwork that a lot of old manga do occasionally. I don't know why. You don't like manga? Oh, you don't like when people buy manga using your card? Me either. That's why I don't let people buy manga using my card. Look at that. Dio, doesn't that make you think of funny memes? Kono Dio da. It's 2012 again. Or unless you're a weeb who never gets off the internet, it's now. Anyways, that's so cool, right? I like manga. I want this for my collection. Good thing the library will let you buy books, right? And it lets you return books. Well, that's great. Good thing I have no books I want to return with my card. Speaking of which, here's another novel that has been adapted into a manga and an anime. This one's specifically a light novel. Overlord, Volume 1. Overlord's kind of like a dark fantasy, isn't it? Where the protagonist is evil. Starts off trying to be good, becomes morally ambiguous, and then is just straight up evil. Look, it even comes with a cool poster. Shows the Tomb of Nazarick. And then... Sorry, I didn't fully extend that, I apologize. And then look, it shows Ainz Ao Go Momanga with several of his guards, servants, whatever have you. I'm on like the 5th book right now, but I thought I would start a proper collection with someone my card that I paid for. Why would I pay for my card? I don't know. What if it's like a credit card, you know? Why are you so judgy? You know what would be great though? To solve all these coughs? I guess this doesn't really make sense. But Gamer Sup's book. Wouldn't that be so cool? Gamer Sup's had a book where they sponsored the YouTuber Ray's Asato. I think so too. Where did I get that? I don't know, but the same place I got the car books, the library. So, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go read every single one of these books, even the ones I haven't read, or I have already read, just to spite you, you pretty little thing. PYT, you know what that's from? PYT by MJ. So, have fun. Go figure out your card business and quit blaming people who just want to read. You know, reading is linked to intelligence. And you know what also is linked to intelligence? Not leaving your shit lying around for other people to take. But that's none of my business. That's your business, honey. So, if you don't mind, leave me be. You're calling who? The police?